Hello and welcome to Around the Clock. I'm your host, Yolanda Greaves. I'm working from my Prospect Street studio for Around the Clock today. And we have today Roland Houle from the Ashland Emergency Fund. Roland, thank you for coming and welcome to Around the Clock.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So, Roland, we have brought you here on Around the Clock for a couple things. First of all, tell us the main reason and what the Ashland Emergency Fund is.
The Ashland Emergency Fund is a place where members of the Ashland community can go and get help when they have nowhere else to go. So they might have had, a house fire, or someone in the house is sick. Now they might have insurance that will cover the medical bills, but it doesn't cover some of the traveling that they might have to do, or parking in Boston if they have to go to appointments there, things like that. Or if someone is cut back on their hours through no fault of their own, then they might need help with the month's rent or something like that. It's just a temporary way to get them out of a jam.
How long has the Ashland Emergency Fund been around?
It's been around since 1987. And in that time, we've given out well over $1 million, probably close to $2 million in assistance so far.
Wow. And from a little bit of research that I did, so the Ashland Emergency Fund started as a fundraiser for one person here in Ashland, Susan Mispelli, who had a really bad accident. And it sounds like it has now really grown to help a lot of people. What is your history with the Ashland Emergency Fund, Roland?
I joined, I think, around 2007, so around 13, 14 years I've been involved in it now. Basically, I just got involved with, trying to publicize it more. I'd never heard of it. I'd lived in town, I think, for about 5 or 6 years at that point. Had never even heard of it. And then I did, and I think I got in touch with John Ellsworth about, hey, maybe you should think about this, publicizing it in this way on a website or something. And basically he roped me into it, and I've been involved ever since.
As we find here in Ashland, if you step up to offer a suggestion, you are typically then asked to continue volunteering.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, and what's your title right now with the Ashland Emergency Fund?
Right now it's chair. So I've been chair for a little over a year now.
Good. So right now the Emergency Fund is working with the town directly. Can you tell us how that is working and what's being done?
Yes, I mean, we've always worked with the town. The town doesn't fund the food pantry, for example. So this is a way for us to help fund the food pantry. And we also work with the Human Services Department, the community center. They help vet the clients. So the clients actually go meet with them, and then they can maintain their anonymity. But now with this COVID-19 issue, we're actually starting to work with them even more. We're helping out right now with the 3R program, the Restaurants and Resident Relief Program.
Yep.
So residents in need can sign up and through the town hall, and then they can get meals that are from restaurants in Ashland. And right now we're paying for those meals. That's one of the ways we're assisting.
So we're really working not only with getting donations, but also then helping our businesses stay in business through this time.
Yes, I mean our goal is to help the people in need. If
right.
The byproduct is also helping the businesses, that's a double bonus. But
So what is needed right now for the Emergency Fund? What can people do in Ashland or elsewhere who see this interview who want to help our residents?
Actually, the two biggest ways right now are donating to the Emergency Fund. I need donations. 100% of all the donations go out to helping people. We don't have any overhead. Everybody's a volunteer. What little overhead we have, our board members actually pay for those overhead. So the donations go directly to helping people. So donating is certainly one. And the other way doesn't really help us directly, but it helps the residents, is helping out with Meals on Wheels.
Oh,
A lot
okay.
of people don't know that there are multiple levels of need. Like Meals on Wheels grades people on their level of need. And about half of the residents that were getting assistance through Meals on Wheels right now were cut back on and aren't
Okay.
getting those meals right now. And that's because Meals on Wheels, most of the people that volunteer for Meals on Wheels are elderly people.
Older
And so,
residents who themselves are at risk.
exactly. So
Okay.
because of that, they've stepped back from volunteering temporarily. So if people find themselves, at home because they're temporarily out of work, now would be a great time to get in touch with Meals on Wheels and volunteer for the next, couple of weeks or a month or two.
So that was my next question. So if there's someone who's feeling healthy, has the time, who would they contact to help with Meals on Wheels?
I don't have that at this moment. I
Okay,
can get that to
we
you.
will
I can
get
put it
that.
up on the
Okay.
screen. Um,
Okay, so but it would be Meals on Wheels directly.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then for the Ashland Emergency Fund, I would think that there's a website where they can go to make a donation.
Yes. So they're the Ashland Emergency Fund.org. And on the top of the page there's a Donate Now button. And from there, you can either do it directly online with a credit card, or there's an address there that you can mail in a check.
Okay. And Roland, how are you and your family handling this all? Because
I mean, everybody's healthy, so that's the first thing. I know myself. I mean, I've closed my business temporarily, but I will, I'll reopen it later. My wife's having to work from home. My son is back from college, doing the rest of the semester online. But but we're healthy, so that's what's good.
and Roland, what's your business that you had to close?
Zippity Doo Dogs in Framingham. It's a hot
Oh,
dog and
okay.
hamburger stand.
And where in Framingham is that? So if after all this is done, we can come get a good hot dog.
We're on Speen Street. So basically, like more or less behind the Cumberland Farms near TJX. So.
Okay, good. Well, Roland, thank you for sharing all this information about the Ashland Emergency Fund. And hopefully, those of you who are watching who can donate, please do. And then those of you who are feeling that you need something, reach out to the Ashland Emergency Fund and also through the Human Service Department for the town of Ashland.
Yes.
Roland, thank you very much. Any last words you'd like to share with our viewers?
I just want to say, repeat what you said about, anybody that needs help. Really, we're looking for people that need help with housing, utilities, car payments, and tax assistance, property tax assistance. I mean, now some of that's been pushed back recently.
Right.
But if anybody needs help in those categories, we can assist them. And my wife is getting me that email address if you'd like to have it now.
That'd be great.
For Meals on Wheels.
Yep.
It's Denise Mensdorf, and the email address is DMENZDORF@baypath.org.
Okay, great. Thank you. And you'll be seeing that below as we get this out to people. Well, Roland, thank you. Thank you to your wife for helping you and assisting you.
Okay,
We
thank you.
know none of us can do this by ourselves.
Of course.
It takes a team. Thank you for your volunteering to the Ashland Emergency Fund. Thank you to all the members of the Ashland Emergency Fund board and all the people who volunteer to make it the great organization that it is.
And thank you to all the town residents and businesses for stepping up and helping to fund the emergency fund, because we can't do it without that.
Exactly.
So.
Well,
Thank
Roland,
you.
thanks for coming on Around the Clock. To our viewers, thanks for watching this special segment on the Ashland Emergency Fund. Go ahead to the site. Any little bit helps. And as you know, it helps the residents here in Ashland to get us all through this different time that we're living in. And thanks for watching this segment of Around the Clock. Take care.